guys, I just wanted to help you review before your test. Your test is going to be on Tuesday. And if you go through the study guide, I'm just going to go hand in hand with you guys since I'm not in person and my virtual students can also use this. So what happens during the exposition of a story? The exposition of a story is the very beginning of a story. It's where things are set up. They introduce you to characters. They introduce you to setting. They introduce you to the plot or the problem of the story, and there may be some subplot in there as well. So that's what happens during the exposition. The turning point of a story is the climax, so that's where things cannot go back to how they were. The buildup of a story, you have your exposition, and then you have all that rising action. That's all the buildup to the story. Setting includes the time frame, so when does it occur? A story's gonna be different if it's in the 1940s versus like 2050. It also includes the duration, so the time period that it's in, how long it's in there for, and the location of where it takes place. Okay, symbolism is something that stands for something else. A public symbol is a symbol that you know and I know. A cross, we know that a cross is a sign for Christianity. It's a symbol for Christianity. However, a personal symbol will be different. For example, the number 26 means something different than it might mean to you because 26 is a bad number for me. An owl symbolizes wisdom or intelligence. Personal narratives use informal tone, so they do not have to use your proper, super straight, narrow information. Your introduction, the role of the introduction is to give you some background on characters, introduce you to the time frame or the location, the setting, any of that. It also gives you a little bit of information about what's going to happen in the story. Descriptive writing should use who, what, where, when, why, and how. So that means that you are being descriptive. You are including all the information that you need. Subplot uses main characters and sub-characters. So think about it, if you are watching The Lion King we talked about in class, Timon and Pumbaa are a subplot. They're not the main problem, but they add in another part of the story. Sensory language is writing that involves your five senses. So hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling, all that. I always forget one. I think hearing. Did I say hearing? I don't know. I can't remember which one. Precise language involves writing that includes exactly what I did. So I got up and it was 7:01. The first thing I did was I stood up out of my bed and put my feet in my slippers. I walked to the kitchen, and I opened the refrigerator door, and I saw the savory bacon. Something that's really, really precise. So precise is as much detail as possible. Flashbacks are when we move back in time and I tell you what happened in the past. A flash forward is when I'm in a moment of the story and I flash forward to see what's going to happen next. The resolution of a story is when the story is done and it's a spot where the author chooses to reflect on what happened in The Outsiders. It's when he's writing his story and he's reflecting on his entire experiences. True or false? Character descriptions should be kept to a minimum. In the introduction, yes. In the rest of the story, negative, depending on where you're at. Sensory languages does not use who, what, where, and why. That uses your senses, so your vision and your hearing and your feeling and your touching and your smelling. Personal narratives should only focus on one narrative, one event in your story. And the ending of the story is not called a climax. There you go. You got it. Tomorrow, when we do our test, and if you're virtual, whenever you choose to do your test, it will be a test that you can take more than once, but it will not show you the correct answers afterwards. I think that this has been enough guidance to help you. If you need additional help, feel free to reach out to me with questions or concerns. This unit was fairly easy, so I hope everyone did well, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.